My name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. And welcome to the Actual Play channel, where we play amazing tabletop RPGs together. This is Mad J. Brown's normal slot. He's been kind enough to let me step in to GM for a bit, and I'm immensely grateful for his trust and excited to run something for the channel. As a reminder for the Actual Play Twitch channel, all channel proceeds are split between Black Lives Matter and the Trans Legal Defense and Education Fund. So welcome back to Star Wars Unlicensed, Star Wars Bounty of the Week. So we'll just go mostly Bounty of the Week with, it just happens.
Super unlicensed.
Star Wars. Super. In actuality, this is a loving reskin or hack of Monster of the Week, which is from Evil Hat, written by Michael Sands. A great game. Monster of the Week is Supernatural meets Hellboy meets Buffy meets a little bit of X-Files, all mixed up together, and it's a really, really fun game. And my buddy Will and I thought, I could tilt my head and make this a little bit like The Mandalorian, or maybe something along those lines. And so this is the baby of it. It's got some other mechanics that we've bolted on that we'll be talking about as we play, but that's the basic gist of it. So let's go around the horn, and I'll start the screen share process so that we can see our lovely characters. So we'll go around the horn and have folks introduce themselves and tell us a bit about their characters. And let me add this to the stream. Booyah! We're going to start from the right-hand side because it's his channel. He gets to go first this time. Also, I just like to mix it up. Mad J, if you could introduce yourself and tell us about your character here.
I am Mad J. I know. I feel like I'm getting the better part of the deal here because I'm getting to play instead of run. So thanks for doing this, Rich. I appreciate it. I'm playing Yoon. He's a ex-stormtrooper. He's kind of pissed off that his squad left him on some hostile world. He's turned to bounty hunting to pay the bills. He's in with the current crew for a short while. He hasn't even unpacked his bags or anything. And so I think he's trying to track down who did this to him and find a new home. What's my next job? What do I do next? My favorite part about the ROM is that I cannot be killed in combat. I cannot die.
It's true. It's true. Real quick, are you guys seeing us on Twitch? Because I'm glancing at Twitch and I don't see us live. So I'm just going to double check here.
I do. I'm watching.
What am I doing?
Yeah, no, it looks like it's up.
All right.
I'm in as the moderator, so yes.
I am a dum-dum or something. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I am going to just keep us going on. So our special guest, I'm sorry, but I have to highlight is Misha. If you could introduce yourself and tell us about your character, please.
Sure. Hi, I'm Misha B. You can find me on Twitter as BG Gameworks, or my website, blackgirlgameworks.com. I am a writer and editor of RPGs and LARPs, and today I am playing Azure, who is a Chiss sensitive, sensitive to the Force. She doesn't believe in it necessarily, though, so it's just hunches and premonitions and stuff, and sometimes just following your gut. As she moves through this weird space of oh wait, there's a guy trying to eat my soul now? What? That's not a real thing. No, that can't be real. You're making this up.
Well, I mean, you were there.
I was. He couldn't have really been trying to eat my soul. That doesn't make any sense. Why would he eat my soul?
It's probably not that tasty. Thank you so much,
right?
Misha.
I mean,
it's true. It's
soul.
true.
It's like shoe. Shoes aren't tasty. Nobody likes shoes.
Shows like the soul. That was a good pun. I like the shoe pun.
I tried.
That's nice. Good work, Jeremiah. Last but not least, but please introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
I'm Jeremiah. I use the he, him pronouns, and I am playing Raxu, sort of an ex special ops / guerrilla fighter sort of guy as the agent, and he's trying to sort of put some distance between himself and the agency he used to work for because they kind of use questionable methods sometimes, and he kind of finally decided enough was enough.
It's true. Although you did also, while saying enough is enough, call upon the agency for help last session.
I mean, I'm
done
Yeah.
with you.
Just
Can you
a
guys
little
come-
help.
Just, yeah.
So you in the last session had some different moves you were interested in. Did you make a choice as to what move Raxu has added to his repertoire?
Yes, I chose something from the Scoundrel playbook, Assassin, which gives me a bonus to taking the first shot, pretty much.
Take
Or
your
at least
first
with
shot at an unsuspecting target.
target.
Do +2 harm. That is wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked. And that's actually the Scoundrel is the renamed Crooked. So anyone who knows their Monster League will realize, oh wait, it's a background thing, but it's a move. So you take a move from another playbook. There you go. So in the last session, you guys had finished up your work dealing with the troubles, some Imperial entanglements, and took your bounty. Unfortunately, you were not able to bring him back alive, which would have been even more bounty. But you did collect and came back, and you spent some of your creds on repairing the ATRT, and it fits in the Stringer Bell, your ship now. Somewhere. Yeah, I am curious.
There is a vehicle and equipment deployment bay, so
Perfect. I'll take it.
can fit in there with my land speeder.
Yeah, so we'll just
Oh
have to
yeah,
put
that's
that. Yeah, number 5
that
there.
works.
We'll say that it's ATRT and a land speeder. Land speeder's one word or 2 words? I can't remember. It's been a long
I don't
time
know.
since I
Probably two. Yeah.
had the toy. So I did have one of those die-cast metal land speeders with the plastic little visor deal way back in the day that had its own little wheels, like Hot Wheel wheels, so you could like skim it along.
Nice.
I'm going to stop, but that made me happy. That was a happy little thing. So yeah, other than that, let's see. Azure, you did a wee bit of training as well, and I think you did some training. Was there any other downtime that you guys had done last time that I've forgotten?
No, I feel like that's everything for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep. And so the discussion last session over which bounties you guys decided that you wanted to pursue the bounty for Boss Kana Lu, a Gungan in the planet of Naboo, a temperate planet in the Chamel sector of the Mid-Rim. And that is why we see the lovely makeup that Misha is wearing in the Naboo style. It's great. It's so cool. It tickled me when I saw that. So just wanted to highlight it again. Anything more you guys wanted to do while you're still on Parasites Rock, the hovering space station in the middle of an asteroid field that you currently call home?
Would it make sense to do any kind of like research before we go to Naboo? I don't know what kind of.
You could definitely try to do a bit of research. Tell me where you want to pursue some information, and we'll work it into a role and see what you can get.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Didn't think that far ahead. I mean, there is the guy I've been talking to that
Widow Core.
Yeah.
You don't work for free.
No.
You got.
We could always just talk to Dahl Bays just to see if there's anything he knows that's like not in the bounty board. Maybe he's got some inside information.
Fair.
We could
You
talk to Crick Macaque.
Macaw.
Macaque.
It's not quite his
Sorry,
name.
Macaque. Sorry.
Probably don't want to call him that while you're asking for info.
That would be bad.
Well, so he's a major
He's a
domo
Gungan.
and he's Gungan, right?
Mm-hmm.
My assumption is, right, that the guy we're going after isn't, he's,
Mm-hmm.
he's
What?
not
Just because he's a
upstanding.
Gungan, you think all Gungan know each other?
I'm thinking maybe the criminal ones do. Maybe.
Okay, fair.
That sounds cool. So Yun, are you heading to Gorgo's Casino by yourself, or are you bringing the other two along? How do we set up the scene?
I'd like to not go by myself. While I can't
Do
die
we
in
have to
combat.
hold your hand?
Well,
We'll
yeah,
hold your
I,
hand. It's fine.
I have trouble with words.
I mean,
Unless the
we
words
have
are
proven
fist,
that you
fist.
often will you will lean upon Azur's skills, so that's totally legit.
Yeah, I think maybe just going all together makes sense.
All right. Then we hear the uns music as we establish the three of you coming in, and I think we have the pan shot of the three of you coming in. Yoon, are you dressed in civvies or are you in the armor?
Yeah, why you always make me make this
You
choice?
do have cities.
That's a good question.
It's probably whatever stormtroopers wear when they're not wearing their armor.
Okay.
So I'm just picturing like black long johns or something. That's just
Right, Black Long John.
Like the,
athleisure wear.
yeah.
So on my sheet, I picked Army surplus gear, right? So I think whatever that is in Star Wars, that's probably what he has on, right?
Okay.
Whatever his best Army surplus gear is.
Okay.
And maybe it's a mix and match of like maybe some Rebel stuff, some Imperial stuff, some non-aligned stuff, right? It's whatever he grabbed, and that's what he has.
Cool. What about you, Raksu? You seem like you have the ability to dress casual, as it were, and fly casual if need be.
I mean, I think that's generally how he rolls for the most part. Yeah, like sort of going off what Jay said. Like I chose utility coverall, so I think his outfits tend to be more about utility than looks or anything else. So, vests
Wow.
with pockets and cargo pants and.
So we
things
have
like-
utility wear and army surplus store. Azure, are you classing up the joint, or are you going to go ahead?
So I think Azure wears what she thinks a bounty hunter would wear, but it's probably just a little too nice to be what an actual bounty hunter would wear. Like take how Queen Marie Antoinette wore this like white dress when she was pretending to be a shepherdess, and no shepherdess worth her salt would ever wear a white dress because oh my god, the Grat stains alone. So yeah, think that concept, and that's probably a shirt.
Nice.
Nice. So you definitely don't look the part of a bounty hunter, but help to make the other two draw focus away from their
Yes, I am the
attire.
bait if in this situation.
Lovely. Three of you enter. The music is loud. I think Azure, we would immediately see the camera would pan over to Daquan and Janal, and Janal he'll give you a casual wave. He mixes it into a dance move as he is one of the spotlight dancers right now.
She'll give him a smile and a wave back.
Nice. So you guys come into the joint casinos, bumping. The club has some live music. I'm not sure if folks have seen Solo. Mixed opinions from the populace. I enjoy a good bit of it, but there was this cool scene on.
It's good.
You liked it?
I did.
Yeah, it's good.
I
It's
liked
good.
it a lot. It was
I
good.
love the scene on the yacht where we had the like head floating in a jar who was like the radio crooner, and so I think that kind of vibe is going on because
Nice.
that just tickles me. I thought that was a really neat scene. But you can find Creek. He is being the major domo. He isn't the kind of individual that is hard to find because he's often moving around, keeping an eye on things, checking in with people, heading back to the kitchen. He's an active and present and visible member of the staff. So, you, it was your idea. What's the play?
Well, if you leave it up to you,
Oh God.
it's the most straight line to Crick. Yoon walks over to him. I give him some space because I understand he has some weight, some gravity, and I'm not trying to be intimidating.
Cool.
Um,
And one thing to make clear, well, Creek is a major domo who's like running the joint. He doesn't
Right.
really interface, like you don't see him walking up to a table and asking people if they're happy with their food. He's
Right.
just observing, comes in kind of surgically, talks to this waiter, checks in with this bartender, makes sure that the dancers are that kind of thing. As you see Ewan making a beeline for Creek Macaw, do you let him make this play?
Yeah, actually, I think she's gonna let him like go in and kind of not intentionally good cop, bad cop, but sort of that's probably what it's gonna end up being. She's gonna like make a detour to the bar, get a drink, have it in her hands. She could rescue somebody in a few minutes.
Sounds good. So
'Cause I'm
just so
about
we
to
have
make
a nice big version of the pic of Creek. There we go. Someone
That's what we're fucking
on
doing.
the internet put this on their Instagram as Dark Jedi Jar Jar, and I was like, that is so awesome. I have to use it.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to warn folks: if you come in expecting me to do the Gungan accent, I'm not going to. No offense to it. Ahmed Best is an excellent actor. I respect his work. I'm not going to try it. So my Gungans are just gonna be. So just so we know. All right. So you come up, and it clocks you making your way towards him, and he steps away. Maybe he was at the bartender. Like he steps away from the bar and waits for you to approach. He's not wearing any obvious weapons, but there's definitely a dangerous air to
Right.
Creek.
Right.
I'm probably
We'll call him
with,
Creek, like a smaller than a river. Does that sound good?
Right.
Easy to
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
and I'm probably with Yoon. I don't like hanging back with Azure. I'll just
Okay.
follow Yoon's lead.
Gentlemen.
I give him. I make sure I'm at least an arm's length away from him, maybe a little bit more, arm and a half,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And I say, I'd like to make a deal with you. I'd like to make a trade.
And his yellow eyes narrow for a moment. What is this deal?
I'm looking for specific Gungan, some information. I think you might have a lead on it or know about him. Tell me what you know, and I'm kind of some muscle. Maybe I could do a muscle job for you or something.
His eyes flick over to you, Raksu, as if he knows. Like, you guys both walked up together. So he's silently checking in. Like, do you back this play, or is Yoon just.
He's making a deal for himself, so whatever kind of like social cue, just be like, go on,
And then he looks between the two of them over to you. Azure, do you agree?
I'm just glad he wasn't promising money.
Yeah, right. She's keeping an eye on the situation, but she's not getting involved in it yet.
He's trying to involve you in this. Because he
Ah,
calls a little louder and says, Azure, do you agree to what Yoon is offering? Information
She,
for a
like,
future
walks over.
service.
That's a really open offer, Yoon. Do we have the right to veto an option?
We can negotiate. If what I ask is too much, I will be fair. I would not ask of you what is not within your skill set. That would be a wasted opportunity.
Then I think an arrangement could be made.
Very well. We are agreed. What is it that you wish to know?
We're looking for a specific Gungan. We have a pretty good idea where he is. We'd like to know what we're getting into.
I'm imagining there's like those little like I feel like in The Mandalorian they showed like those little like bounty hunter chits, and they would have like a little like hollow picture of the
Yes,
like holding that out with like a little, you know, bluey
little hovering
3D
thing.
holographic kind of standing above it. With,
Yep, in Arabish it says, you know, the name, and
Yeah.
some people will
So,
pause the video so that they can look up each individual letter to see, yes, it does say Boskanalu.
Yeah. So I can imagine kind of holding that out
Sweet.
as Yoon talks, basically.
And Creek looks at the hollow, and he gestures for the three of you, and he moves over to one of those like stand-up tables, like you might have it like a bar and grill type thing, and he doesn't sit, but he gestures in case either of any of the three of you want to have a seat. Boskanalu. I know of him. Yes, from my time on Naboo. And let's move this. Let's slide this into a move, because you are investigating a quarry. Let's go ahead and have you roll plus sharp.
Yes.
And I'll give you a +1 because you offered the leverage of the three of you guys doing a future job for him.
Nice. And my sharp is +1, so I'm at +2. The Gungan is not on my hit list, so I don't get a bonus for that.
Wild. He's not at all Imperial.
Okay, here we go. I have to bring my ruler up. Here we go. It's coming. There we go.
Whoa, squeak.
Nice.
I know, right?
Yeah.
If you want more questions, you can always ask for help.
Would you like to call for aid?
I do. I would call for aid.
Cool. Who do you want to help you?
So I think Raksu is right there next to me, right? Well, we're all three at the table
We're all
now,
together.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Azure, I would like your help. I think Yoon is naive, right? I think I think he has no idea, right, what these services might be in the future, and I think he's always doing the front door thing. So there's probably a bunch of stuff he's not thinking about or ready to ask because he's naive about all this stuff.
Yeah, she probably is. We have a good idea of where he might be hiding. What we're really looking for is things that others might not know.
Nods. Yes. Do you feel like you're leaning on your charm here to loosen his tongue?
Probably more my charm than my sharp, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Luckily, they're both a +1. So go ahead and roll
Yeah.
plus to help. Remember, if you fail, you both fail.
Yeah. But
I
we're
succeeded.
good.
Nice. So that pushes you up a success level. You are now at a 10, which means you get to hold 2.
Awesome. So I think if it's cool, I'd like to ask one, and then I'll leave one for Zur to ask. Is that all right?
That's great. I think that's awesome. You guys are working together.
Yes. Here we go. I'm trying to get to the moves. There we are. I think I want to know what are their strengths, because you is that kind of guy.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Creek says, I have heard that Boss Kanalu stepped down from his position as a leader in the council, and he has grown a large following of people, of my people. They've traveled into the forgotten areas of the swamps to hide, but they seem to be growing in numbers. And that is where the strength of Boss Kanalu lies, is in the forces at his beck and call. They seem fervently dedicated to him, from what I have heard. It is dangerous. Does that seem like a good, solid answer?
Oh, yeah.
Understand? All
Oh, yeah.
right. Azure,
I like it.
what question would you like to ask?
I want to know what his weaknesses are.
My sniper rifle.
Kanalu is... He's simply an old politician. He is no great fighter, nothing like the likes of the three of you. He would be weak if alone, I'm sure. What if he knows you are coming? Be wary.
That's fine. We're good at stealth. It's fine. It's fine. Totally fine.
Well, I will also share with you that since he left his position at council, he has been obsessed with making our people stronger. His methods are... I believe I have heard the term a death cult.
Cool.
Good to know.
And you'll be leaving for Naboo soon?
Yes.
Yeah.
His followers, you refer to them as your people. You have feelings for these followers?
No. No, I am close to no one Gungan. We have not been treated well by the land dwellers of Naboo in our history. I am always worried for my people, even if I am not with them any longer.
I think we could try to keep the death count low. No reason to kill more than necessary.
Death cult. Does that mean they're willing to die for this guy, or?
Yes.
Got it.
He preaches to
That's
them
good and
that
bad.
death is a gateway to enlightenment. So they are unafraid of passing on.
Great. Just what I wanted to hear.
But as Raxu said, you are all skilled in stealth. I wish you luck. And with that, he gestures for one of the servers to come over and informs them to make sure that all three of you get whatever drink, whatever you want. Take care of them, he says. And then he moves on.
It's not so scary.
Sweet, free
That
drink.
was easy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of unspoken future promises, but we'll see how it goes.
I just want to say, I am very happy that you made that offer. I am so happy that you made that offer. You made introducing a future thing so much easier, Magic. You just gave me my own early birthday. I don't have a birthday.
Golden opportunity.
Get you golden opportunity. Thank you so much, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I've been on that side. I'm trying to help. All right, tag teaming.
So, is there anything more that you guys would like to do on Parasites Rock?
I don't think so. I'm out of money, so I'll enjoy my free drink and head to the ship.
No, I think I'm good too. I got that walker fixed. I got some training in. I'm good.
All right. Then we will do a Lucas style screen wipe and jump to. I'll have to change the percentage because this is a real big picture. I love this. To Naboo. Maybe the establishing shot is this right here. The beautiful city of Theed. Theed is the capital city of Naboo. You guys probably, hopefully, remember it from the prequels. It's a gorgeous city on a river with all kinds of lovely dome-shaped buildings. It's
very Mediterranean looking.
Yes, very Mediterranean. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful city. I loved all the shots of Naboo. And you guys come in, the Stringer Bell. She sets down at the spaceport that is located just outside of Theed itself. And we see several of the, if you remember, the brown kind of leather vests that the Naboo guard wore in the prequels. You see several of them moving about and waiting at the, look, as you guys land is an individual. This guy, I'll just pop up a picture, make it a little easier to see. You see this gentleman with his odd turban, and he is waiting at the just inside the hangar where you have landed. And as the three of you descend the ramp, he comes forward. Greetings. This is the Stringer Bell. You are the crew who's been hired. Yes.
Depends on who's asking.
Yes, we are.
I'm Chancellor Roro Bibble. Who is the speaker among you? Your leader.
Those are two separate things. But for now, you can talk to me.
Gestures, bows his head a little bit. Yes, you may call me Chancellor Bivler or Roro, we will be slightly informal since you are doing a service for all of Naboo by taking this bounty.
So this is an official bounty from the government of Naboo?
Oh, no, the Queen of Naboo. Queen Kalantha has nothing to do with what is taking place. This is not an official bounty of Naboo, because the people of Naboo taking a bounty on a Gungan, that would not do at all, no matter how much it brings safety to all of us.
Yeah, that'd be a political mess.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, imagine what would happen if someone were to find out you were talking about it out in the open in the middle of a spaceport.
He kind of looks around and says, I believe there are no prying eyes looking our way at this moment, but I admire your subtlety.
Gungans aren't people of Naboo?
Ooh,
They
that's
are
good.
the people of the planet, yes. I speak of the Queen and her subjects. There is always in discussion the people of Theed and the city-state and the queendom and the Gungans. We represent Naboo to the New Republic. Boss Kanalu, very dangerous individual. I know that the bounties are no ask, no tell, and this one in particular is very important that you keep it under wraps. There is, of course, an important part of. And we go here. There are no bonuses for discretion listed in this. So he must have something like he's worked through an intermediary, even though he's doing the talking. He's got culpable deniability, or plausible deniability, sorry. But he gestures, is there anything you needed to get off of your ship, or can we walk and talk?
I look at these two, like,
Depends on where you're walking to.
I just find it more enjoyable to move as I speak, rather than...
Then we can circle back to the ship in a moment after we have a discussion.
Good. Now, I know the three of you, your names and your idents, so we needn't worry about exchanging names. I believe the moniker you use is Azure, is it not?
It is.
And you are Yoon, and you are Raksu. Good. Well, this Boss Kanalu was a fine, upstanding Gungan for many years and recently stepped down from his position on the Gungan Council, which the Queen works directly with to make sure that to the benefit of all of the people of our planet. It was quite a scandal when he decided to step down from his position, left the Gungan people in a bit of a lurch briefly because he did have quite a bit of sway. That is not why this bounty has been placed on his head. No, he has taken his considerable pull and drawn away a large number of the Gungans to a place that is very dangerous for the Gungan people because he has many friends among the council. They've been reluctant to do anything about it. But I have, of course, hired you to do that. He has near to 100 followers at this time. And one of the things he's using to draw people in is a very dangerous ancestral worship and an idea, a belief that a belief that we exist beyond the physical space. The difficult to describe exactly, but the people who are following Kana Lu at this time are not afraid to put their lives at risk.
Like a death cult.
What is he asking them to risk their lives for?
Well, there has been some troubles. And if you want to get any more of that from him than that, you're going to need to try to manipulate him.
All right.
So, give him a reason to give you some more information.
Well, I mean, you say that he's made people willing to put their lives on the line, but that's what we do every mission. So I'm not seeing why this is so dangerous.
Cool, I like that. So you're playing on the idea
and.
of you're playing upon the hey, help me do my job. That's good. I like that. Go ahead and roll plus charm, which is a +1 for you.
Ooh, just squeak that one.
Yeah. So with 7 to 9, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything. Do you want to call for aid, or are you going to let that mixed success stand?
I'll let it stand.
He considers for a moment and says, when Kana Lu began to make demands of the people of Naboo, there was a previous group that attempted to take care of him as a problem, and several Gungans threw themselves on the attackers, willfully allowing themselves to be killed to allow Kana Lu to escape.
Was this while he was still on the council or after?
It was after.
How many squads have you sent after him so far?
I'm not at liberty to say. Now, if you are willing to sign a non-disclosure agreement, I may be able to share more information.
More than 5?
He pulls out a little data pad. If you would just put your idents here.
I think a non-discretion agreement increases the cost of this bounty.
Considers it for a moment.
I have a different question. Is this
if you will sign, then yes, I will add a considerable bonus, and then just in game speak, he's offering an extra cred per person. So basically, it goes from a +3 for discretion.
Okay, deal.
No. Is this normal bounty hunter stuff that we sign off on something? What are we signing? Right? Have we signed other jobs like this?
No one has really asked for, in the jobs that you've worked, nobody's asked for a non-disclosure agreement of you. The discretion
I do
bonus,
read it over before I sign it.
It's pretty airtight, but also very specific to this mission. And there is an expiration date to it of 10 years.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. extra money for a bounty we're already doing to not talk to anybody about it, sign me up.
All right, if my two companions sign.
Cool. Once you've signed over your identity, says, point of fact, 4 different groups have been sent, to the point that if any more are sent, there will be a formal complaint against my queen's government, though she has not been involved with any of these activities.
So this really needs to be kept quiet, is what you're saying.
I take it the previous 4 squads were sanctioned, or not necessarily sanctioned, but were more official and local squads?
Yes. They do not carry the skill set that the 3 of you have, but they were
Let's hope not.
soldiers and troubleshooters. Feels nice to have this non-disclosure agreement. There is also disturbing rumors of this cult raiding the graves of the people in the swamps. I don't know why.
Well, it's not like they can come back to life or anything, right?
I
And our work
sincerely doubt
is-
it.
Our work is with. It's not really with this cult, is it?
You will,
Right?
if you cut off the head of a crepe dragon,
Right?
the
Right?
body will die.
You hope.
People, the Gungans will return to their lives.
Okay. But all we're doing is cutting off the head.
That is all.
Okay.
I merely wanted to make sure you understood the threats that lie in your path so that you will be successful.
This is more of like a player. Well, I don't know. It might be partially like a character question, but like as far as like bounties go, and like when it involves like the bounty being dead, like what is normal for proof of death? Because I'm thinking if you know, like you know, if I had my way and everything went perfect, we would snipe this guy from like 10 kilometers away. He's dead, and then we just get out. But like if we need his head or something, then that changes things.
You need his head.
Okay, of course.
Well, I mean, and we are going with like inspired by Mandalorian, so you know
Yeah,
that's
Gotta come
that's
back with a
kind of
trophy. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah. Very
Okay.
fun.
That's funny.
Great question, though.
Sounds like
I
that's
can
what we're
provide
gonna
you the location where the graves were robbed, and hopefully you will be able to easily find the cult in Honolulu from there.
do. Yeah.
Can you also let us have where the bodies of the last 4 squads were found?
Yes.
Because triangulation is a thing. The more data points you have, the better you can triangulate.
Indeed.
Might give us a better idea of what kind of approach to make at least.
Cool. And then he will hand you guys a data crystal that has the requested information on it. He basically pulls out a little data pad where he gathered all your info. He drops a few pinpoints where the squads were last, like where the last reconnoiter, where their last communications came from, and drops a little X where the graves have been robbed.
Nice.
Is there
We're
anything
gonna
more
get
you
that
guys would
walker
like?
out.
You gonna get your walker out?
I think so. It's a swamp, right?
It's not very stealthy.
That's
But on
true.
the other hand, if things hit the fan, if the poodoo hits the fan, as it were,
It's a voodoo.
we might want that. We might want that. So I don't know. Yeah, it seems like maybe we need to do some planning.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I'm kind of curious what they're looking for in the swamp. So, like, if they've got like a dead Sith Lord that's come back to life that they're trying to dig up and you know, I want to know that that's there before I walk in. Just say it.
Yeah. Cool.
You a little gun shy from the last mission?
Well, at least this time, if we have to kill somebody to keep you from getting possessed, we don't lose any money on it.
This is true. I like the way you think. It's a little weird.
Money first. Hey, I'm just, it's all about
So
the job.
what kind of plan? Where's our next scene, and what kind of plan do you guys want to draw up?
Maybe back on the Stringer Bell.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
that makes sense.
I don't know what kind of communal. I'm sure we have some sort of little.
We probably have like one of those
Or
hollow
something.
tables that like can show the terrain and map and.
There's
stuff.
a lounge.
Oh yeah, let's show that lounge. I love that thing. Actually, I didn't really share it with you guys, but I went in and created like a Google drawing with the lounge like laid out. I don't know
Oh,
why
nice.
I was
Nice.
here. I'll actually drop it on there because I'm just that dorky.
Nice.
Hold on. It'll
Look
pop
at
in
you,
some pictures
man.
in a
Look at
minute.
that.
There you go. So it's got these water features
Ooh.
and like a kick-ass table. And I imagine if you guys wanted a Dejaric table, then I'm cool with that. A couple of
Whatever.
couches and then a set of actual physical stairs that go.
I love the idea of water features and a spaceship. That also
I know.
This just seems like a terrible idea.
It
This
does,
is a
but
horrible
it's
idea.
it's a terrible idea. But that's what that looked like to me. I mean,
Granted, I
It
guess
Is it an
does
there's
scream
actual
water
water
fe-
feature? Or is it like a hollow water feature? Because like a hollow water
It's-
feature makes sense.
you define it. If you want it to be a hollow water feature,
Yeah.
that is 100% okay with me. You can even change the colors of it. I don't care.
Ooh. Well, I guess also Star Wars doesn't really have that staple of like gravity going away in ships.
That's true,
never
too.
really been something that Star Wars does. So it probably
Star Wars is not super
we can
big
be,
on
be doing all
physics
sorts
and
of like space maneuvers and dogfighting, and it'll be fine.
And the water's fine. It's fine.
It's totally fine.
Stays the right temperature. Everything.
Yeah,
It's good.
Very nice.
They solved that
All
problem.
right, so it's like a hollow. We'll say it's hollow stuff. So you can switch it up. But here's what you got. Here's your cool lounge.
Nice.
We cut to the three of you. What kind of music is there? What kind of music is playing in the background in your planning scene here?
Oh, it's definitely not like Keystone Capers.
Gosh, no.
It's probably something like lots of strings, more classical than
Nice.
Than, Oons,
I like it.
At least if Azura had control of the music box.
Well, obviously she did because I asked you the question. So that's what's playing. A little bit of classical, maybe something like Brahms, a Brahms style bit of music. You guys are seated in these relatively comfortable chairs, and maybe you've got the map up, and it's one of those like hollow maps, and you see the points. And yeah, what do you want to do here? You guys could engage some moves potentially.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we already from the previous role. I guess the two big things to look out for is it's got a bunch of followers, like 100
Yes.
100 cultists or so, and then
Mhm.
but on his own he's nobody. He's just a weak and flabby
Nothing
politician.
but a man with a man's courage.
Yeah. So
Nothing but a man who's born to fail.
So I guess the biggest obstacle to deal with is how to avoid or get around all of his followers.
Right. How to separate him from his followers.
Yeah, or get past them or something.
Especially, underwater.
There is
So-
the distraction route,
And that's not a bad idea.
right? And hopefully the numbers go after the distraction.
You could,
Yeah.
you could distract him in your shiny new toy.
Yes. I'm just taking a walk through the swamp. Right.
That would probably work.
I like that idea, actually. That'd be a good distraction. It's probably not going to peel everybody away, but you start
Right,
making enough noise, they're going to think they're under attack. And these guys
Right.
aren't battle-hardened veterans. They're, not going to be
I
thinking
mean,
straight.
especially if we back it up with some air support.
Ooh.
We do still have 3 proximity mines.
Nice. Always useful.
Yes.
Get those planted along a trail that you can lead them down.
Right, right.
Nice, nice. What kind of air support? Are you thinking like some low flybys with the Stringer Bell kind of air support? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got guns on this thing, right? Might as well use them.
you do?
Wild.
Are there about 100 cultists?
I think that was the estimate we were given, right? I
That
thought.
was the
Okay.
that was the estimate that
wow,
Roro
okay,
Bibble
yeah.
gave you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Then yes. One walker is not enough.
No, so distraction only, not you're certainly not.
Right. Right.
Yes. So, I mean, we're not even necessarily trying to kill the followers. We're just trying to get them
No.
away from the big guy.
Yeah.
Indeed. So it sounds like you guys are making a plan.
Ooh.
Yes.
You make a
That's
plan to
nice.
start a hunt or dangerous action. Use the stat of the person who proposed the plan. Guess what? That would be Azure.
Okay.
Right? Said, let's go make a
Okay.
plan. Is it a plan about taking violent, dangerous, or destructive action? Is it a plan about being careful, safe, stealthy, and smart? About talking, persuading, manipulating, or pushing through, being tough, strong, and implacable?
It seems like being stealthy and smart. I mean, there is some destructive elements.
We're trying. Yeah, I mean, we're being stealthy and smart by distracting and destructing,
Okay.
but definitely more sharp than tough. We're not trying to get in the way and actually fight our way through. We're just trying to make a lot of noise.
That's not a bad plan. Not a bad idea to try to do that. Cool. All right. So, and just so I understand, we've got Azure in the Stringer Bell, Yoon in the ATRT. What is Raksu doing?
I mean, I guess I'm the gunman, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
You're the
guess it's-
gunman.
It's my job to take out the boss, which that's fine. This is right up my alley, right? This is
Mhm.
Yeah.
guerrilla warfare in a swamp. This is my bread and butter. So hopefully,
Okay.
And my
Cool.
hope
All
is
right. Yeah.
they're going to come from wherever he's at, right? We're drawing them out from wherever they are, right? And maybe that's where the boss is. And that's where Raksu goes.
Nice. All right. Take a +1 if the plan is supported by plenty of resources and people. I mean, it's just the.
I don't think we
so
count as plenty.
I don't think you
I
count.
would,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think we
We
got
got-
as plenty.
We got a walker.
Oh,
we
that's
got,
true.
We,
We do have a
we got a
walker.
walker.
and
We
a
got proximity mines. We got guns on the Stringer Bell. We got guns on the Stringer Bell.
So we certainly have resources. We don't have.
If it were just the three of you walking in, I would definitely not give it. But I think that Yun makes an excellent point that you are using a gunship, you're using an ATRT, proximity mines, and sniper rifle. I would think that's a good amount of support and
Nice.
resources,
Good job.
not people. +1 if you're basing on accurate current information.
We don't know when the last time anybody was sent out there.
Yeah,
Right.
it's been a
And if-
few weeks, so
It seems like they're probably moving around.
significant opposition. I do think there's significant opposition that would interfere with the plan.
Yep.
That
I agree.
was specifically a thing that Roro pointed out to you. Significant dissent doesn't sound like there's any dissent whatsoever.
Oh, I think seems like
So
they're
then +1,
-1.
-1, and you're rolling plus sharp, and your sharp is a 1. Now, you guys are all working together. It's a Sudra team's working together for this plan. You cannot call for aid with this roll.
Oh,
Just so we're clear.
so it's just the roll.
All right, the roll's the roll as your
9.
9. Fantastic. So on a hit, you arrive in the middle of your plan in decent shape. On a 7 to 9, some part of your plan encounters unexpected difficulties, or your party splinters. Your choice. Azure, you get to make the choice. You encounter unexpected difficulties, or your party splinters. Your choice.
Well, I guess my question would be, in this context, what does splintering mean? Because we're not,
Yeah.
like, the crux of this plan is we're not together.
Yeah. Well, then that's a fair question. I would say that splinters means that one of you is caught up in a mess that one or more of you are caught up in a mess that the others can't easily support.
Okay.
That makes sense, and that seems fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go with that one then, because I think we can handle
Sounds more exciting.
unexpected splintering on our individual owns, because we have all taken jobs that play to our strong points. So
Nice.
I believe in us.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So as we take a look here, I'm going to try to find this point. Yeah, we're near our mid-game break. So I think that the thing that we'll pick up with is, Azure, you're in the Stringer Bell, hanging back. Yun, you're moving ahead in the ATRT, and Raksu, you're keeping an eye on. You're keeping an eye on Yun, but you're in some crazy ghillie suit in the middle of the swamp, looking all badass, and you've got your super long sniper rifle, and you're watching as keeping an eye on Yun, but you're waiting to catch sight of Boss Kana Lu. And Yun, you come along, and I've got some pics here, just so we have some cool mood setting.
Nice. Yeah.
The area where the Gungans are gathered, you can see there's this weird ziggurat thing that's hidden by a great deal of the jungle, and there are all these gigantic stone heads that are just laid around in the ruins, and you see a few of them standing guard at one particular place, Yun, as you come across the ATRT, and as you pass by them, these two Gungans, they don't even move. They are just statue still. And you're trying to draw them off, right? To make sure that Raksu's got a clear shot. And that's when at one point, one of them, you see from the firelight, you can actually see the light coming through the left side of his face, because there's nothing to impede it. There's no jaw. It's just this hole in his head.
Cool. It's cool. It's fine.
And we'll take our break here.
No, wait.
Yeah, we'll take our break here. So we got some new music for you guys. We'll take about 8 to 8.5 minutes, because that's how long the music goes.
Nice.